Raider Nation, what's up? We are diving deep into the biggest storylines heading into Week 2 of the NFL. And let me tell you, this matchup against the Chargers on Monday Night Football is already shaping up to be one of the most intense showdowns of the young season. Both Las Vegas and Los Angeles come into this game with a perfect 1-0 record. And with Kansas City stumbling out of the gate, the stakes for the AFC West have never been higher. Every game matters. Every snap matters. And for the Raiders, this is the perfect opportunity to not just prove that they can hang with the top teams in the division, but to make a statement to the rest of the league. The Chargers might have a potent offense led by Justin Herbert, and their talent is undeniable. But when the lights are on, Raider Nation is ready to see our team rise to the occasion. One of the first things everyone is watching closely is Brock Bowers. After leaving last week's game with a knee issue, there's been a lot of speculation about whether he would suit up for this week's matchup. From what I've gathered, the team is taking the cautious approach, but all signs point to him being on the field. Brock is our top target, arguably the most explosive and consistent weapon in the passing game, and having him available could completely shift the balance in our favor. His presence on the field forces defenses to account for him on every play, opening up opportunities for other receivers and creating mismatches that could be exploited in the red zone. It's the kind of player that can change the outcome of a game with one catch, one route, one moment of brilliance. And that's why Raider Nation is breathing a little easier knowing he's likely to be out there. But it's not just about individual talent. It's also about adjustments and team cohesion. The offensive line is under the microscope after a Week 1 performance that left a lot of fans scratching their heads. Our ground game averaged just 2.5 yards per carry, a number that is frankly astonishing considering the talent we have running the football. The numbers alone tell a story. Ashton Gentry, for example, struggled to find room, yet his yards after contact were actually higher than his total rushing yards, illustrating just how suffocated the running game was by the defensive front. If the line can improve, it puts too much pressure on Gino Smith to carry the offense with his arm alone. He's capable, don't get me wrong, his accuracy, decision-making, and ability to extend plays are among the best in the league, but relying on him week after week without better support up front is a recipe for inconsistency. The Raiders need a more physical line, one that can open holes in the running game and protect the quarterback, because the Chargers will not give up easy lanes, and this will be a true test of our team's ability to execute under pressure. Defensively, the health of Landon Roberts is a major talking point. He left the season opener with a sprained elbow, and while his return remains uncertain, the linebacker core showed resilience in his absence. Jamal Adams flew all over the field, making impactful tackles and coverage plays, while Tommy Eichenberg and Devin White stepped up to fill the void admirably. This depth and adaptability are exactly what Raider Nation needs to feel confident heading into a matchup against a physical, disciplined team like Los Angeles. Even if Roberts isn't at 100%, the defensive unit has proven it can adjust, respond, and maintain a high level of play against formidable opponents. It's a reassuring sign for fans who worry about injuries derailing the team's momentum early in the season. The quarterback matchup will also be a key storyline that everyone is watching. Gino Smith versus Justin Herbert promises fireworks. Smith has demonstrated the ability to perform under pressure, particularly in domed environments and on artificial turf, where his efficiency and decision-making often shine the brightest. Herbert, on the other hand, has the arm talent, the mobility, and the vision to dissect defenses, and we all saw what he did against Kansas City, torching a Chiefs defense that was supposed to be elite. But this is Monday Night Football under the bright lights, in front of a roaring Las Vegas crowd. And the question becomes, which quarterback will rise to the occasion when it matters most? Gino has shown that he can make big plays in high-stakes situations, turning potentially disastrous moments into explosive gains. If he can do that again, this game could be a showcase of his skill, poise, and leadership, giving the Raiders a real chance to dictate the pace and outcome of the contest. Meanwhile, the AFC West itself is on the line. With Denver's defense looking strong, but their offense struggling, and Kansas City potentially facing a crisis if they stumble again, every snap of this game matters more than it might in a normal Week 2 matchup. The Raiders have an opportunity to not just start the season 2-0, but to send a clear message that they are a team to be reckoned with in the division. The Chargers, with their talented roster and disciplined coaching staff, won't make it easy. Expect physicality, big plays, and a chess match in the trenches. Every decision, every adjustment, every block, every route, and every pass could swing momentum and determine the winner. For the Raiders, it's about executing at a high level across the board and proving that Week 1 was no fluke. Add to that the explosive potential of the offense when Brock Bowers is on the field and Gino Smith is hitting his targets. The chemistry between quarterback and receiver could create mismatches that Los Angeles simply cannot ignore, forcing their defense to make adjustments that open lanes for the running game or create opportunities for quick strikes downfield. The Raiders' playmakers have the talent to make the difference, but it's about putting it all together in the heat of a high-stakes Monday night. And let's not forget, this isn't just a game, it's a statement. A win here would set the tone for the season, establish Las Vegas as a force in the division, and send a clear message to the rest of the NFL that the Raiders are not to be taken lightly. So as Raider Nation, we're looking at a game that is going to be explosive, unpredictable, and intense. Every unit will be tested, every player has a role to play, and the intensity will be unlike anything we've seen so far this season. With the offensive line needing to step up, Brock Bowers ready to make an impact, the linebacker core showing depth and resilience, and Gino Smith facing a marquee quarterback in Justin Herbert, the stage is set for a true Monday Night Football showdown. This is what the NFL is all about: drama, talent, strategy, and pure competitive fire. Every moment will count. Every play could swing the momentum, and Raider Nation will be right there, living and breathing every second of it, ready to cheer, analyze, and celebrate as our team fights to make a statement early in the season. As we move deeper into the storylines for this matchup, one of the biggest concerns for the Raiders is the offensive line and how they respond after a shaky Week 1 performance. Let's be honest, the running game struggled, and the numbers tell a story that is hard to ignore. Averaging just 2.5 yards per carry is unacceptable for a team that wants to compete at a high level in the AFC West. Ashton Gentry, our workhorse back, had to fight for every inch, and the statistics show that while he gained some yards after contact, it wasn't enough to consistently move the chains. The line was physically outmatched at times, and that puts enormous pressure on Gino Smith to perform without sufficient support up front. The Raiders need adjustments, and they need them fast. Dylan Pum, Jordan Meredith, JPJ, and DJ Glaze have the talent, but they need to execute as a cohesive unit. It's one thing to make plays on a broken field or with mismatches, but to dominate consistently, the line must be aggressive, disciplined, and unyielding. Colt Miller showed flashes of reliability, but relying on one consistent performer isn't going to win games in this division. Every piece has to improve because the Chargers' front seven will be physical, fast, and relentless. And if the Raiders hope to run the ball effectively or give Smith the protection he needs, this line has to rise to the occasion. Meanwhile, the health and performance of the linebackers is another critical angle. Landon Roberts' elbow injury left a gap that the backups had to fill, and impressively, they delivered under pressure. Jamal Adams was everywhere, flying to the ball, making tackles, and disrupting plays before they could develop. Tommy Eichenberg stepped in admirably, showing poise and the ability to read the play in real time. Devin White was a tackling machine, racking up numbers and making smart decisions to keep the defense in position. Even though Roberts is a leader, a green dot linebacker, and a key part of the defensive strategy, seeing this depth in action is reassuring. The Raiders now have confidence that if Roberts isn't fully healthy, the linebackers can step up without losing the competitive edge. That kind of depth is essential, especially against a disciplined and well-coached team like the Chargers. Physicality will be a cornerstone of this game, and every defensive play will be a test of strength, agility, and football intelligence. And then there's the quarterback duel, which might be the storyline that captures the national spotlight. Gino Smith against Justin Herbert is a matchup filled with intrigue. Herbert is a physically gifted quarterback, capable of threading the needle and extending plays with his arm and legs. His performance last week against the Chiefs was exceptional, showing his ability to lead a team under pressure. But Gino Smith brings a different kind of edge to this game. He's smart, poised, and able to make decisions that keep the offense balanced while minimizing mistakes. And let's not forget, this game is in a dome, on turf, where Smith historically has been more efficient. His indoor stats, especially under pressure, suggest that he thrives in controlled environments where timing and precision are paramount. If Gino is at his best, the Raiders' offense could exploit mismatches, stretch the field vertically, and create opportunities for explosive plays that put the Chargers on their heels. This isn't just about who has the stronger arm. It's about game management, reading defenses, and making the plays that matter most when the game is on the line. Special teams and situational football are also likely to play a pivotal role. In close games, field position, kick returns, and the ability to convert in short yardage situations can decide the outcome. The Raiders' coaching staff knows this, and adjustments in practice will be critical. Jim Harbaugh is methodical and strategic, and his Chargers team will come prepared with game plans to exploit any weaknesses. The Raiders must respond with versatility, intelligence, and adaptability. Every snap counts. Every defensive alignment and offensive motion could be the difference between a win and a loss. The depth chart, the rotations, the ability of backups to step in seamlessly. These are all factors that will be magnified under Monday Night Lights. Now, looking at the broader picture, this game is more than just Week 2. It's a defining moment for the Raiders in 2025. The AFC West is stacked, and the winner of this game could gain momentum that carries deep into the season. The Broncos, Chiefs, and Chargers are all formidable, but the Raiders have an opportunity to show that their Week 1 victory was no fluke. Winning at home, in front of Raider Nation, would not only secure a 2-0 start, but also send a clear message that Las Vegas is a team to be feared. This is about establishing identity, proving resilience, and demonstrating that the adjustments made during the offseason are paying off. It's about the culture of the team, the belief in the coaching staff, and the execution on every level. Every unit has its role to play, and the synergy between offense, defense, and special teams will determine the outcome. Brock Bowers needs to be a constant threat, stretching the defense and opening opportunities for other playmakers. The offensive line must dominate the line of scrimmage to give the running game a chance and protect Geno Smith long enough to execute passes downfield. The linebackers and secondary must read and react, fill gaps, and maintain coverage to prevent big plays from Herbert and company. Every aspect of this game will test preparation, execution, and endurance. So, Raider Nation, buckle up. Monday Night Football isn't just a game, it's a statement. The stakes are high, the players are ready, and the lights are on. Expect explosive plays, tough battles in the trenches, and moments that will define the season. Every throw, every block, every tackle matters. The Raiders have the talent, the coaching, and the drive to seize this moment, but it's going to take execution, focus, and resilience to come out on top. The intensity will be unmatched, the atmosphere electric, and the storylines are endless. From Brock Bowers' impact to Geno Smith's leadership, from the offensive line adjustments to the linebackers stepping up, this game is set to be a showdown that Raider Nation will remember. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The sports world is buzzing with a rumor that seems too wild to be true. Charles Woodson, the Hall of Fame defensive back who walked away from the game nearly a decade ago, may be preparing the most shocking comeback in recent NFL memory. According to whispers surfacing from inside the Raiders facility, Woodson has supposedly decided to step out of retirement and put the silver and black back on. The notion alone has electrified fans who still remember his iconic plays, his leadership, and the aura he carried every time he stepped onto the field. The story began circulating late last night when an insider suggested Woodson had been quietly working out, maintaining a level of fitness that defies his age. Those close to him have long hinted he never truly closed the door on football, and that the connection to the Raiders, The franchise where he began and ended his illustrious career never loosened. The report claims a contract, short, symbolic, but real, was signed, reigniting a partnership that shaped both player and team. Skeptics argue this is impossible, that no athlete could return to NFL action after so long away. Yet the idea has captured the imagination of Raider Nation. Could Woodson really be preparing to strap on the pads once more? For a fan base steeped in tradition, it would be a dream scenario, a living legend walking back through the tunnel of Allegiant Stadium. And perhaps, just perhaps, the Raiders see this as more than nostalgia. In a league where experience and football IQ can be just as valuable as speed, Woodson's presence might provide a spark for a team chasing its identity. For now, nothing is confirmed. But the rumor spreads like wildfire, from Las Vegas bars to national sports talk shows. If true, it would not just be a comeback. It would be a rewriting of what retirement means. Charles Woodson, the timeless Raider, may be on the verge of reminding the world why legends never truly fade away. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.